Kyoei Toshi, or in English, The City Shrouded in Shadow. What is the premise of this game, you may ask? Think about your favorite kaiju movie, right? Godzilla, Gamera, Pacific Rim. Now think about who you would be in these films. Would you be one of these monsters? See, of course you wouldn't be. You're probably thinking you'd be in one of these big cool robots or something. But wrong. See, where you actually are is in this building right here. And that's pretty much the whole premise of this game. You're just some normal dude trying to get the hell out of this city that's filled to the brim with these giant kaiju and mechs from series like Ultraman, Godzilla, Evangelion, and the like. And you might be thinking, hey, I like Godzilla. How come I haven't heard of this game? Well, to put it simply, localization. Yeah, this game was only released in Japan, so if you heard me describe the premise right there and thought in your head, oh gee willikers, this sounds like a game I'd be willing to try. Well, get to studying, my guy. But if studying doesn't suit your fancy, you can always go play the Disaster Report games. See, this game is a spin-off of those games, and those games actually had English translations. The only problem with those games is that they didn't have any of these cool monsters, so tough sell, I guess. Fortunately for me though, unlike the folks who spent their time partying and drinking, I, on the other hand, was mastering the Japanese dictionary. Game starts out with some real simple choices. Am I a boy or am I a girl? Am I an office worker or am I a student? What is my name? What is my relationship to this girl that I have no real recollection of? Suddenly, I remember that I actually made plans to meet this girl in the park, so that's where I'm gonna head to. Before that, we stop at a local convenience store and do some normal convenience store things. After a bit of perusing, I return to my quest to meet this girl in the park and holy shit! These two dudes from the Ultraman series are fighting it out, so I frantically make my way across the street. However, I'm greeted by these fine, upstanding fellows who apparently are upset that I have seen whatever shady deal is going on here. I assure them that this was all just a strange coincidence, but it doesn't look like they're having any of it, so I run away, but I get crushed by a bus. However, on my second try, I escape them, and thankfully we'll never see these guys again. You can mark my words that not one time throughout the rest of this playthrough will we meet these guys again. I take a selfie to commemorate the occasion, but apparently these Ultraman fellows aren't big fans of pictures, so I run into this building to escape from the line of fire. I then exchange a few words with the man who we will call Camera Boy for the rest of this video, and then I head upstairs. I bust down the door to this room and save these two people using a superpower that I didn't know I had. My power being that I can now make my hands glow a sort of neon purple color. I slide back down to street level like a true action hero, and then I end up getting chased. I end up getting chased away, which conveniently leads me to my now girlfriend, who I was supposed to meet in the park, as well as to the end of stage 1. In stage 2 we started on the subway. We make a bit of small talk with my girlfriend and she gives me this really cool armband. Then the train goddamn crashes! We form a search party with a couple of the other passengers on the train to go get help, but then we run into these little shits from the Gamera movies, and everybody fucking dies! Except me and my girlfriend, of course. I then decide to equip this nice ass mustache and it's not coming off, so get used to this face. We then book it to the next train car, narrowly avoiding death, and we meet this guy. He dies. We try sprinting to the stairs to escape upwards, but are greeted by a swarm of these guys. And then I proceed to do the only rational thing one could do in this situation. Obviously intimidated by me, the beta spider monster lashes out at me, and my girlfriend bails us out by throwing my phone to distract them. We head up to the stairs and then bump into this girl named Risa. My character seems a bit too enthusiastic that he bumped into a girl's butt, but she doesn't seem very bothered. We talk a bit and she gives me her spare phone since somebody decided to throw my other one away, and we exchange phone numbers. These creepy crawly things start piling in again, and so I do some slick sliding maneuvers to narrowly escape them. I solve a Resident Evil style puzzle and we make our way back to the surface. But these ever-persistent dickheads follow us, but we hop in the whip and get out of there lickety-split, bringing us to the end of stage 2. Stage 3 starts out with us taking a lovely nighttime drive, but it's rudely interrupted by these two upstanding, definitely not shady gentlemen from stage 1. After messing around with the driving physics a bit, I decide to cross this bridge, but get interrupted once again by this giant moth that for some reason has the power of Zeus himself. We safely make our way across the bridge, but are forced to leave our car and continue on foot. Unfortunately, these gentlemen don't know when to give up, so they chase us. But before they can get to us, this guy gets in the way. And everybody knows you don't want to mess with a dude who wears sunglasses at night, so these guys step down. And we never see them again. And this time, I'm being 100% serious. We continue trying to cross the bridge on foot, but as we know, moths are very persistent creatures, so this dickhead is still pestering us. We head a bit further and slip through this bridge-side rest stop. We end up on the lower level of the bridge and continue onwards, but we end up running into this couple who say they're video game makers and they need to deliver this video game to this girl's father, who's in some high-rise building. So being the nice guy I am, I decide to help them out. Continuing forward, we find ourselves unable to move on because the upper part of the bridge has collapsed into the lower part of the bridge, but we find a motorcycle to help us out. These other dudes trapped down here object to us being the only people to get out of here, but we say we'll come back and get some help. We ramp out of there and pull some slick moves to escape this giant moth and make it to the end of the bridge, thus ending stage 3. Oh, also, everybody on this bridge fucking died. Stage 4 starts with us arriving at the high-rise where the father of the girl we talked to on the bridge is waiting. I make a small detour and then head directly to the father. We approach him, give him the game, tell him his daughter is dead, and continue on our merry way. We then run into Camera Boy and exchange a bit of small talk. And, oh son of a bitch, not these guys again. Camera Boy helps us out by distracting these two fine fellows while we make our escape. We slip into the elevator and get out of there, but unfortunately, nothing works out for me, and the elevator stops working. It's in times like this that a man needs to step up and show his true colors. So, I use my superpowers and show my true colors. Unfortunately, the elevator is actually resistant to purple light, so no dice. We end up waiting a bit, and before I have the chance to use my purple hand trick again, we end up getting saved by a maintenance worker. We make our way through the maintenance halls, but then... apparently, this is a mech from the series Pat Labor. He ends up snatching my girl, so I decide to give him a piece of my mind. I end up deciding that there are plenty of fish in the sea, and running seems like the better option here. However, it appears that the guy in the suit would also rather chase paper than women, because he ends up letting her go to take this safe instead. We head further into this now burning building and... you gotta be shitting me. We hide behind this desk, but they figure us out, and in a last-ditch effort, I once again do the only thing a normal person would think to do in this situation. It works, and they leave, so we keep going. And we run into this girl, who apparently mistakes my girlfriend for her sister. I don't know, I guess this is what we're doing now. I do my best fireman impersonation, but this guy finds us again and starts chasing us. However, we end up being saved by this white mech fellow, and we wave goodbye to the nice gentleman and continue on to stage 5. In this stage, our objective is to take this little girl to her father in the hospital. And then there's this. These characters from the Evangelion series are, for some reason, exactly on the street we need to cross to get to the hospital. So we decide the safest option here is to eat in a restaurant that's right next to where these guys are fighting. We finish our meal and keep trying to make our way down the street. My girlfriend ends up getting trapped by fire, so I use my superpower and... oh, holy shit, it worked. So unlike the elevator, fire is actually weak to purple light. We keep going and find ourselves at the end of the street. I spend a second enjoying watching these guys fight it out because I'm a huge I'm a huge Evangelion fan. We get to the hospital and find the girl's father, and now I get to see how closely this little girl's sister actually resembles my girlfriend. Holy shit, that's uncanny. We leave the hospital and me and my girlfriend share a tender moment together. Anyways, that's the end of stage 5. In stage 6, we wake up in a rowboat in the middle of the ocean. Now, what happened between stage 5 and 6 to get us from the middle of the city to here? I have no goddamn idea. And apparently neither do the characters. Anyways, we end up getting saved by this big-ass ship. And on the boat, we're greeted by this guy, We explore the ship a bit and run into Camera Boy for some reason. We then meet the captain and a bit of the crew, and after a bit of talking, we find out that they're out here doing some research on these kaiju monsters that are appearing everywhere. Now, since we were on that little rowboat, apparently we got wet or something, so they say that we should go dry ourselves off. We then get treated to this lovely scene, where we realize one important thing. My character is goddamn ripped. I mean, look at this man's body, he's pure muscle. This man's like Brad Pitt in Fight Club, he's insane. After drying off, we talk to the captain, who tells us a bit about his life story and how he's gonna retire soon and hopes everything goes well. Wow, I hope nothing bad happens to this ship. He also gives us this cool hat. We then talk to the guy who greeted us on the ship, and he tells us he has a crush on one of the researchers here. He then asks us to go find out if she likes him. So we do, and she does. So we tell him, and then he gives us a note to give her. And then she reads it and writes her own note. And so apparently, after all of this talking, they set up a date to talk themselves when they get back on land. Man, I really hope nothing bad happens to this ship. Godzilla, ladies and gentlemen. Me and my girlfriend rushed to the lifeboat at sonic speed and narrowly escaped this shit. Man, I sure hope everybody made it out okay. Stage 7 starts with us getting off the lifeboat at these warehouse docks, and we run away once again and do some Metal Gear Solid sneaking to avoid these dapper fellows. We make it out of the warehouse and run into some of the mechs who saved us in Stage 4. It looks like some shit's about to go down here, so we make like a banana and split. Now I know the question on everybody's mind is if my character is forklift certified. The answer to that is apparently yes, because I hop in this forklift and use it to clear out some of these crates that are blocking our way. As we spot some mechs getting ready for the impending fight, we get a call from Risa. Remember Risa from Stage 2? She tells us that some shit really is going down, and she's close by for some reason. So if we can make it over to her, we can get the hell out of here. We narrowly avoid an explosion, and then watch as this mech gets their ass kicked. Obviously recognizing my chance, I hop in the mech suit for myself. I punch a couple of crates carefully, and we meet up with Risa. For some reason we decide to ditch the goddamn mech suit to hop on this bike. But either way, we get the hell out of here and finish up Stage 7. Stage 8 starts with Risa telling us that she needs our help getting and delivering a package. I say, screw it, I'll do anything for an attractive girl on a motorcycle, and decide to help her. We decide to follow her through the city to go get the package from this company, but as you can see, some shit's kinda going down around here. The culprit is this three-headed dragon called King Ghidorah. We get the package, but also we bear witness to something more intense than any of the monsters we've seen so far. The Japanese work ethic. I mean, look at this guy. There's a three-headed dragon outside, and yet this guy's still typing away at his computer. Anyways, we head downstairs and make a beeline for the train station. We get to the train, but apparently it's hard to run in a full leather bodysuit, and Risa trips right before the door closes. So I guess now we gotta take this package without her. Stage 8 ends with the train departing, and we get this money shot of Godzilla fighting Ghidorah. My money's on the dragon. Stage 9 begins with us on the train we had just gotten on. Unfortunately, nothing goes our way, and this giant from the Ultraman series decides to pick up the train car like it was a child playing with a toy. He keeps tilting the train back and forth, so I'm forced to do this crab walk maneuver so I don't fall out. After a bit of awkward shuffling, this handsome fella steals the train car from the other guy and puts it down. We're saved. But not forgetting our package delivery mission, we decide to keep moving. Also, unrelated to the package delivery, this guy does a sick backflip. I just thought it would be a shame not to include that. We end up running into a group of people who've had just about enough of these giant monster attacks. They saw that one of those giant monsters back there saved us and think that we're in cahoots with them. We say we aren't, but this bitch who was on the train car with us rats us out. My purple hand powers end up activating, but this is the nail in the coffin for us. So just like any good angry mob would, they start throwing rocks at us. But I use my vibrant hand attack once again to intimidate the angry mob. They decide that fighting a man with purple hands might be a bit too much for them, so they decide to get out of here. And they get absolutely blasted. Without an ounce of concern for the lives just lost, we press onwards and eventually reach the next train station and the end of Stage 9. Stage 10 begins with us taking a nice nighttime walk to deliver this package. Huh? What was that? God damn it, how do these guys know where I am at all times? We make a mad dash down the street, but apparently these guys got tired of screwing around and decided to call in the firing squad. I die at this part more than I would like to admit, but I finally get tired of screwing around and decide to make it past these guys, but get stopped in my tracks by this guy. But just when we think it's over... Look at that goddamn idiot. Shit would never happen to me, I'll tell you what. Anyways, we take advantage of the confusion and press onwards. We run into this injured man who's looking for his girlfriend. We tell him that it's no use, but he decides to keep going anyways. Should've listened to me. We make our way inside a building and end up running into the girl that this guy was looking for. We tell her that her boy is dead. She can't accept this and wants to go look for him, but I tell her it's no use. Now, I'm not gonna say I told her so, but... Moving on, we see a bus evacuating people and make our way to it. We get on the bus, but apparently these giant bats are not fans of public transportation, and so they crash it. We get on top of the bus to get a better look at the situation, and in hindsight, this probably wasn't the best idea. My girlfriend gets captured by these flying freaks and I guess I gotta go save her. So I let this handsome bat fellow sweep me off my feet and end Stage 10, Part 1. In Stage 10, Part 2, I find myself at the bat nest and do some more Metal Gear sneaking around to find my girlfriend in this precarious predicament. I decide to tackle the bat but get absolutely mogged. However, apparently this confused the bat enough to give us some time to slip out of there. We run around a little bit more and make our way to the lower floors. We press onwards, but we're told that the key for the door to the lower floors was eaten by one of the bats earlier. So great, we're looking through bat shit now. There's peak gameplay here. We find the key, wash the shit off of it, and head downstairs. As we're heading down the stairs though, we run into a bit of an issue and my girlfriend and I get separated. After a little detour, we meet up again and continue onwards. Then this guy shows up and honestly, I don't think words are enough to describe what happens here, so I'm just gonna let it play it out. Yeah, that's Stage 10. Stage 11 begins with us in the lab that we're supposed to be delivering this package to. And guess what? Camera Boy is here, and alive. How he survived the ship, I have no clue. Honestly, the farther I get into this game, the more questions I have. Now apparently some spooky shit is going down here, so as a group we decide who will go in to deliver the package. You snake I make my way into the lab building but can't seem to find anybody. Oh, also, I'm a cowboy now. Anyways, I end up actually finding this guy and ask him where his boss is. He tells me that he can't contact anyone in the lab because the servers are down, so I need to go turn the servers on. He gives me the passcode to the server room and then... What the hell is that? After running away from this jarhead thing, I get to the server room, turn the servers on, get absolutely jump scared by this fuck as soon as I hit the corner, and end up meeting these guys who tell me that their boss is in the laboratory, but the key to the door is in this chick's locker. I make my way to her locker and find the key, along with this BL novel, so that's great. I make my way to the lab and somehow Reese is already here, so I don't know why she gave me this damn package in the first place. That stupid bitch wasted my damn time. Whatever, I give the package to the main scientist guy, but apparently this shit was a double waste of our time because he ends up getting vaporized. God damn it, I don't even know at this point. Shit, anyway, we run away and Stage 11's over. Stage 12 starts out with Camera Boy making the astute observation that whenever I'm around, bullshit always seems to happen, and accuses me being the one of causing all these kaiju to appear. I call him a bullshit liar, and we end up parting ways with Camera Boy for now. Before that though, he tells me I should go meet up with the man with glasses we met earlier, and he says he's waiting at the Mizunashi building rooftops. So I guess that's where we're going now. We head a bit further, but apparently Risa tells us that she has to go somewhere by herself, so we stop at this building and listen to somebody sing. I honestly don't know why we're here, or why we're listening to this, but I mean, yeah, some nice music. Hey, do you hear that? What is that? Holy shit! ripped the whole damn roof. You can't have shit in Japan. Anyways, we go back down to the street and Risa calls us and says she needs our help. So I guess I got no choice. We run to this shitstorm, end up finding her, and we get the hell out of there. Risa then says that she has to go somewhere on her own again, seemingly a very busy woman. So me and my girlfriend decide to keep moving. We turn the corner and...
Hey, you. You're finally awake.
Just kidding. It's these dickheads again. We've been kidnapped. It's the end of stage 12. We wake up in stage 13. We've been taken to these guys' company headquarters, and they decide to tell us the reason that they captured and tied us up. Now, I know what you're thinking, but unfortunately, this isn't some kinky foreplay. Rather, apparently, our superpower isn't that we have neon purple hands, but we actually attract all of these giant kaiju monsters to us. So I guess Camera Boy was right. They brought me here to test out the theory, and well... it's true. Now, of course they want to use my powers for some bad guy shit, like the ultimate weapon or, you know, some bullshit like that, and it's at this point I'm starting to think that these guys aren't really nice guys at all. They leave us alone in the room, as par for the course in basic Bad Guy 101, and so now is the perfect time for us to make our escape. Just gotta, you know... yeah, I'll get there. I'll get there. I make my way to the next room, find a pair of scissors, and free myself. Also, Mechagodzilla, folks. Moving on, I free my girlfriend and we get the hell out of here. Unfortunately, this guy finds us as we're making our escape. Feeling cornered, I resort to the most powerful move in my arsenal. I make a mad dash for the door, and narrowly escape certain death by the hands of Mechagodzilla, folks. Stage 14 starts out with us catching our breath after getting away from those guys. We get a text from Risa saying that nearby us, an old friend of hers is injured and needs some help. We head down the street, carefully avoiding the battling Ultraman, and make our way to the building that her friend is waiting in. After making our way to the roof, we find Risa's friend doing a bit of Kyojin watching. This guy gets absolutely domed, and we tell this chick that we gotta get the hell out of here. She says she needs to get some stuff from her lab first, so we do that and get the hell out of here. After a quick detour through the sewers, we drop her off at a convenience store where an acquaintance of hers is waiting. We decide that now is finally the time to go meet up with the guy in glasses that Camera Boy told us to meet earlier. We once again brave these harsh streets and try making our way to the building where he's waiting. Stage 14 ends with these Ultraman doing their special beam technique, their laser cannon maneuver, I don't know, I'm not like a 50-year-old Japanese dude, I never watched Ultraman, I'm sorry. We finally make it to the street where the guy is waiting for us. However, as we're heading down the street, our favorite guys in suits try turning me into roadkill. And then they actually turn me into roadkill. I try once more, and just when I finally think I got away from the car, we finally escape the car and make it onto the roof where Glasses Jacket Shirt Man is waiting. The baddies catch up to us and we find ourselves in this standoff situation. Words get tossed around, and apparently Glasses Man is part of a rival company to these guys. Just as things are getting interesting, some Evangelion shit happens in the background, which causes a shockwave and sends my girlfriend flying right into a hostage situation. They say that unless I let them use my power, they won't give me my girlfriend back, and that they'll be waiting for me at the building where they first met me. My character ends up passing out, and by the time I wake up, everybody's long gone. The dude in glasses is still here though, so maybe he'll help me get my girlfriend back. Oh, I guess not. Stage 16 begins with us at the end of our rope. Feeling defeated, we collapse to our knees and curse the world. Somehow, Risa ends up finding us and asks us what's wrong. We explain to her what just happened, and she says that she'll help me get my girlfriend back, but first we should go dry off and wait out the rain. We are treated to another lovely scene where Risa tells us about her backstory and how when she was a child, some stuff happened. Man, who gives a shit about that? Do you see how goddamn ripped I am? Look at this shit. I look like I was sculpted by Michelangelo himself. Anyways, the rain clears up and we get moving. And as we're walking down the street, shit just starts blowing up randomly for some reason. We run into this cop who says that this place is gonna really blow up soon, and so everybody evacuated. He then proceeds to say that we need to get out of here as well, and lets us choose our preferred vehicle. Seeing as I'm already dressed in my finest cowboy attire, the choice seems quite obvious to me. Whoa, they put Bowser in this game? I'm just kidding. You know, if they put Bowser in a game on PlayStation, Nintendo would probably bomb Sony headquarters. See, that's actually Gamera from the 1965 film Gamera the Giant Monster. Anyways, we make our way past Giga Bowser and take a shortcut straight through this park. We end up just making it outside the blast radius before the bombs explode, but to be quite frank, I'm pretty sure we should have died here. These explosions definitely should have killed us. Stage 17 starts with us in the place it all started. We arrive at the park where stage 1 had ended and retrace our steps back to this broken city. We end up running into the two people who we had saved in stage 1, and we end up convincing them that we are Jesus Christ reincarnated. After a bit more walking, we make our way to the building where these conniving bastards are waiting. They ask me one more time to give myself up, but of course I refuse. And then, this happens. Camera Boy out of nowhere takes the bullet like a true champ. However, we find ourselves cornered. And, you know, I didn't want to do this again, but they left me no choice. Oh, I'm just too slick with it, baby. We used the opening I had so cleverly given us to slip away. They chase us onto the rooftops where a helicopter is waiting for us for some reason. But just when I thought we were in the clear, you snake Risa ends up spilling the beans and tells us that she's been working for them the whole time. And the reason that these dickheads were able to find us no matter where we went is because the phone she had given us in stage 2 was actually bugged. Now, shit gets even weirder, because apparently we are Jesus and we have the power to heal ourselves. Where was this in the last 16 stages, huh? We do some slow motion Neo bullet time dodging, and then in a stroke of luck, oh no, my hands are sweaty, I can't hold on any longer. Now that the evil has been vanquished, we rush to the helicopter, but these dickheads don't want to wait 3 more seconds for us to get on, and they dip. I tell my girlfriend I'm sorry that I couldn't save her, and she says it's okay. And then, the credits roll? What the hell just happened? I am stupid, dumbfounded, baffled. I'm in a guffaw. What? You don't just end a game like that.
Arigatou. Sayonara.
Okay, there's more. I was fucking an alien?